March 11, 2011 was a day that changed the lives of millions. The Great Eastern Japan earthquake, a devastating tsunami, and the subsequent Fukushima nuclear disaster left deep scars on the people of Japan. Over the years, we've witnessed remarkable resilience, but also sorrow and loss. It is on this backdrop that I introduce you to an artist whose heartfelt song has captured the spirit of hope, love, and faith. Freddie Ensoul Snedecor, the composer of the powerful God Bless You Japan, which is the English version of the Japanese title Gambaro Japan, joins us today to discuss the meaning behind his creation and how it aims to unite people in prayer for Japan's protection against future natural disasters. Today on Japan Journal, we explore the story behind the song and its significance for Japan. Keep it right there. We're coming at you right now. Check it out. Gambaro Japan.
You're tuned to GNN, the Global News Network, a division of Totown Communications Company Limited. Totown presents Japan Journal. Japan Journal with Mal Adams, the Internet's #1 English language weekly online cybercast from Japan. And now your host, Mal Adams.
Okay, we're back, and we're joined by my dear brother, longtime colleague here in Japan, Brother Freddie Ensoul Snedecor. Thank you very much for joining us today for the second time on the Japan Journal Show.
It's always a pleasure to be with you, Mal, doing these things. It's good to see you.
Absolutely, my friend. So let's talk about it. Can you take us back to March 2011? What was your personal experience when the earthquake and tsunami struck Japan? Where were you?
When that earthquake happened, I was down south in way past Kansai. I was in Kyushu, Kagoshima to be exact. I was down there I was under contract for a month, and I had only been there 10 days. So I wasn't physically in Fukushima. Unlike the earthquake that happened in '95, the Great Hanshin earthquake, I was physically there. You know, I experienced all of it. You know,
where were you? Were you in Kobe at the time?
Yes, I was right in the heart of Sanomiya.
That was the heart of it. Wow.
Yeah, I was right there. I was minutes away from Shin Kobe Station, and you know, I saw the buildings hanging at 45-degree angles. I saw the wreckage, the tangled train tracks. You know, I took a friend's wife to visit her family. She wanted to check on them, and we couldn't get close because of the conflagration that was there, and they were trapped inside. So all these things, I was physically there. But unlike that, this time, yeah, it was very emotional this time around.
Sure. For me, I'm in central Japan, but you know, this is an island nation we chose to live on. And when it shakes in the east, it shakes in the south too, depending on the degree, the size of it. And we, on that one, you're talking about the Hanshin, the Kobe one, man, lights were shaking out here 2.5 hours away by a bullet train. Also, Fukushima, we were concerned about the radiation that may ensue as a result of that nuclear plant, right? Yeah, man. So this is a nation of natural disasters, no doubt.
Yes.
So talk about your emotional response to the tragedy. As you witnessed the tragedy unfold, what emotions were most prevalent in your mind, and how did those emotions inspire you to create a song that embodies hope?
Well, the emotions they came in waves. They came in a specific order. Okay, the first emotion that I felt was one of disbelief. You know, I received a phone call from a friend, from an Australian friend. You know, they're in Australia, Guy calls me up, how you doing? Hey, I'm great. Just I hear him, on tour, under contract doing my thing. He asks, "Are you okay?" Yeah, I'm great. What's going on? You don't know what happened? Nope. And when he told me about the earthquake, tsunami, the nuclear disaster, blah, 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 I'm staring at the phone. And I mean staring, we don't look at telephones. We talk on the telephones, but I'm
Right.
looking at the telephone, you know. Yeah, it was disbelief.
Well, well,
Yeah, I went from that to panic after it hit me, and I rushed to turn on the TV, and that was what was on the news. No matter what station you turned, it was all over the TV and stuff. So I went from disbelief to panic. I said, okay, this is actually happening. This is not a joke or anything. This is really going on. And I went
um,
into panic mode. I have family, in Tokyo. And Tokyo is right down the street from Fukushima. So panic. I had to make those phone calls. Um, I went from that to just a whole lot of negative emotions just popped out. Sorrow, sadness, the feeling of loss and helplessness, much like what I felt with the Hanshin, because you're in it. You can tell people things and they can watch TV, but unless you really experience it, you still don't really get it, you know. So all of that negativity came, all of those negative emotions hit me,
mm,
after the realization that something actually happened, you know. Um, and then I had a shift. My emotional attitude just took a 180. And that happened because of something that I was watching on TV. Okay. Um, we have this cable television where, like I said before, I wasn't physically in Fukushima, so our TVs and everything was working.
mhm.
So you have these American programs, NCIS, whatever is popular was popular at the time. In between commercial breaks and talking about the earthquake, you would get little snippets of these different people. I mean, like the very same person that you saw on the program, they're sending a personal message out saying, "Hey, Japan, look,
Wow,
here we feel you. Keep your head up."
you got
Blah
it.
blah blah.
You got it from back home first.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, uh, I'm sitting here, I'm feeling bad, feeling panicky, sorrowful, and all this, but I'm physically not there. So it's like I'm on the outside, but I'm on the inside as well. So I realized that, hey, I have a unique voice, because I'm dual. I'm getting it from both ends, and I felt the need not only for people living in Japan, but for myself as well to to generate some hope and some faith, some positivity, because I was going downhill too. I was feeling bad, and like I said, a lot of people were just everything was very emotional. So I got a lot of inspiration from the outside world, and it prompted me to pick myself up and write that song Gambado Japan.
Okay. So describe the process of composing what ultimately became God Bless You, Japan, the English version. What elements were most important to you as you crafted this piece? And where were you when you did a Japanese version and an English version, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. What was most important, first of all, was for the listener, non-Japanese speakers, those listeners. It was important that they understood or that they understand what I was trying to say to the Japanese speakers. You know, that was the most important thing because the melodies and everything had already been written. I got the inspiration from my sister-in-law. I was playing Gambado Japan for her. And she said to me, Freddie, every time I hear that phrase Gambado Japan, I think God bless you, Japan. And she asked me, what does it mean? And I explained it to her, but I could tell that it wasn't really getting the emotional content. It wasn't really feeling it because, as you know, being an English teacher in Japan, some things just don't translate well into English.
Right.
Gambado in Japan is a totally, it's close, but it's different. And it's hard to explain to get that emotional content for them to really feel what's going on.
Well, particularly for non-Japanese language speakers, Gambaro Japan has no meaning. They know it as a common expression, but Gambaro, you can translate it in a lot of things, but it's do your best, fight on, endure, be resilient, unafraid.
Right.
But God bless you, Japan is also built into that, coming from the outside expression.
Yes. So it was important that I get that emotional content, bam, inserted into the song itself.
Very nice.
So the inspiration from my sister-in-law really prompted me to sit down and put pen and paper and build the lyrics around that song. And at the time I was home. It was summertime. I would go home every summer, take my daughter there, and we would, just hang out, enjoy the family, etc., go to church and stuff. So, I think it was like maybe a Friday or a Saturday, when we were talking. Next day I'm in church. I'm playing my guitar, I'm doing my thing as always. And I know they were singing something else, but in my head, all I heard was my song Gambado Japan.
Wow.
With a serious choir in the background.
Wow.
It just naturally morphed. So I knew I had to do this version, and not just an English version, but a gospel version. See, I got full-fledged choirs, 4-part harmony, and all of these things. I know the Japanese really love gospel music. That music is uplifting in itself.
Remember, we are the world. 世界みんなの元気や光が届けられるように We're sending love your way, sending it to you this day, and may it light your way as we say Gambaro Japan. Gambaro Japan. Kurushi naridaをこぼすばかりじゃ諦めた証拠前に見て Never give up 希望なくさないで We're sending love your way, sending it to you this day, and may it light your Gambaro Japan. Gambaro Japan. Gambaro Japan. Gambaro Japan. We pray for Japan. Send hope to Gambaro Japan. Gambaro Japan.
So
Well,
it was important.
your musical background is gospel. I mean, you grew up
Yes,
playing gospel music. You're a
yes, yes.
guitarist and a vocalist, but you mentioned your dad was a musician as well. But
Hmm.
family, everybody's
Yeah,
involved in the church and gospel music.
right, right. So, being in church, and I'm already my juices are already flowing with the song because, like I said, it was, like, just the day before, I'm talking. So, I'm in full songwriting mode. That's why I went, whatever song they were singing, I didn't hear it, even though I was playing along. All I was hearing was Gumball Japan, but God bless you, Japan. I'm hearing God bless you, Japan in the melody. And I knew that I had to put my roots into it. I had to put the gospel vibe on it. And that way, because gospel now is so universal, gospel is big all over the world now. So I figured that genre, that little piece of emotion would go well with the song.
Sure.
So that was my inspiration.
You wrote about the non-Japanese feedback and the
Mm-hmm.
inspiration derived from trying to create something for them to express to Japan in terms of what Japanese understand as Gambaro Japan, but coming from the English world.
Right,
God bless
exactly.
you, Japan. You touched on that process, but you shared that your sister-in-law inspired the English gospel version
Mm-hmm.
after
Mm-hmm.
hearing the Japanese version. Tell us more about that moment of realization and how it shaped the song's final form for you. How does
Well,
it differ from the Japanese version? The melody, everything's the same. The music's the
mm-hmm.
same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. See, just when people hear English speakers, when you talk about hope, faith,
Mhm.
and love, the first thing that comes to people's mind is God.
Sure.
Some sort of spiritual connection, something spiritual is going on here. We're talking about something, higher powers. That's just the way it is. We're talking about positivity, not negativity. And so when she said that one word, God bless you, all of that just it laid out the entire song for me. I just had to put pen to paper, you know, but at the same time, being in America, because as an artist, I assimilate things, I hear things, which is why I created In Soul, because I live in Japan. I listened to Enka music so much that it became a part of me. I decided to make music that mixed my roots, black music,
Sure.
R&B, soul, funk, whatever you want to call it, black music with Japanese music, and created In Soul. So this time I did the same thing. I'm in America, I'm in church, and I'm in full writer's mode. So I heard the background vocals, I heard the choir. You
But
know, that's what.
let me interject here that
Mhm,
among all of our artists from America
mhm,
who have spent a lot of time in Japan, you are among the few that do Enka music.
mhm,
Explain that to our audience, and you do it in Japanese.
mhm,
You've got
mhm,
commercials, you've got tunes that you've
mhm,
done, and in your
mhm.
region where you perform regularly, it's your fans and support
Yeah, 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 yeah,
come to
yeah.
see you sing
Yeah.
Japanese Enka music. I use the word Japanese blues. So describe Enka and the word en soul. It's a soul music,
Okay.
but an Enka variety. Enka is the
Okay.
Japanese genre.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that and how that
Okay.
was consistent with your initial feelings of hope, faith, God,
Uh-huh.
inspiration, all of that.
Okay. Okay. Well, Inca, as you already know, but this is for the people, for the listeners. Inca is nothing but Japanese blues.
That's right.
I mean, that's period. Just put a period right there. There, I don't need to elaborate or give any, long speeches. It's just Japanese blues. They were singing Inca in this other thing called Mino. You know,
Yeah, man.
and that's the real blue stuff.
That's
Inca's like maybe the watered down version, just a little bit, but it's all there. It's all just Japanese gospel music.
Neo is like the Delta blues.
Yeah, exactly. Well
you
said.
know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And
yes.
Enka is popular blues. I mean, it's
Right,
everywhere in Japan. That's Japanese blues soul music. So your name in soul, right?
right, right. So all I did was I mixed the two cultures together.
Hmm.
I took essence of Enka because see the melodies, the feeling is there. But being a musician as you are, and for the non-musicians, you have scales in music. You have certain tones, The blues is the blues because of that flat five.
Hey,
It's just not a diatonic scale. If you don't have that flat five in there, you're not playing the blues.
that's
And
right.
so yeah, so Asian music, you've got that scale.
And
You got
and
that scale.
the 145, the pentatonic scale also.
Right. The pentatonic, and that's what we have in common with Japanese
Absolutely.
blues. That pentatonic scale, it goes both ways,
Exactly.
So that's what Insol is all about.
And
Japanese
so
enka and black music. I just use soul. I didn't use R&B in R&B, I just bam in soul. And there
nice.
we go.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And so the
Mhm.
message of this particular song is one of hope. Uh, it's been described as a song of prayer for Japan's protection against
Mhm.
future natural disasters. How do you
Mhm.
hope the song will serve as a source of strength and solidarity for those affected by past and future calamities? Because there will be future calamities. This is an island of natural disasters.
Mhm.
And in the
Mhm.
news business, when we report and speak on natural disasters, we also use the phrase an act of God, right?
Okay. Mhm.
Speak to
Mhm.
that if you will.
Well, now I see my hope is that this song will be placed in everyone's emotional emotional emergency kit. You have these disaster kits, with water bottles and
Sure.
toilet paper and sandwiches and canned foods, but emotional. I want that to be in your emotional kit. When you're feeling down, When the people of Japan are feeling down, and you hear of something happening in the future, you want to send some love and some hope and some prayers their way, this song will provide that support for you. Provide it be an inspiration, and it hope that it would grow organically for all the people, for all who listen and hear it. And I hope that the governments will understand and what how powerful music is, and they will use this song as a beacon of hope as well. And we can all get together and sing it, because I intend to be here. I intend to be here till I leave planet Earth. So when
Absolutely.
the next one happens, we can all sing Gambaro, unlike God bless you, because I'm here with you. So I'm singing Gambaro, but when I'm, on the outside looking in, God bless you.
So
That's my hope.
I gather you see it becoming an anthem for Japan. And
Yeah,
if so, what would that mean to you as an artist if it became accepted as such?
it would mean to me that people here, Japanese and foreigners as well, would really understand and comprehend that I really love this country, and Japan has been great to me, and I just love this country, and it would mean that they know, people who live here, Japanese, they will know, the government will know that I'm crazy about this country, and I'm giving my hope, my love, my everything to you. That's Gambaro. That's my hope, that they will see that I'm sincere when I say that I care about this country.
Outstanding. We wish you well. We support you. And let me just share with our audience that in closing, Freddie Ensoul Snedecor's God Bless You, Japan. It's not just a melody, it's a heartfelt prayer that resonates with all who hear it. The song's powerful message reminds us that the strength comes from faith, unity, and love, especially in the face of natural disasters. As Japan continues to recover from past tragedies, we stand together with the hope that this song will become an anthem for Japan's protection and a symbol of solidarity for all people around the world. And if you believe in the power of music to heal and unite, we urge you to share this song with your friends, family, and communities. Let's join Freddie Ensoul Snedecor in sending our prayers, love, and hope to Japan and the world. So here's Brother Mal's call to action. Now it's time for us to do our part. Help this song spread far and wide by sharing it and making it known as an anthem of hope for Japan. Let the song be heard in homes, schools, and workplaces, and let it inspire us all to come together in the face of adversity. Join us in making God Bless You, Japan a lasting legacy for future generations. Together we can make a difference. I want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Japan Journal, and thank my guest, Freddie Snedecor, for creating the song and for sharing it with us on this edition. I'm your host, Mal Adams, bidding you sayonara from Japan. And until next time, keep hope alive. Good day. Thank you, Brother Freddie. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Brother Mal.
All right.
You're tuned to GNN, the Global News Network, a division of Towtown Communications Company Limited. Towtown presents Japan Journal. Japan Journal with Mal Adams, the Internet's #1 English language weekly online cybercast from Japan.